Today for Devotions with Daniella, we are reading Daniella's book, Uncultured, about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and going into the cult of the U.S. Army. You can get signed copies attached here. Prologue. You belong to us. I can't hear the exact words being yelled, but the words don't matter. I know what the tone means. We own you. My hands reach toward the sky, knuckles white, as I struggle to maintain my grasp on the duffel bag, stuffed with pieces of gear I don't know how to use. My muscles scream as I force my arms to keep the bag aloft. The voices grow louder. I don't know how many. I can see the fear and confusion on the faces of the fellow soon-to-be soldiers around me, but I am not afraid. If the people shouting were going to hit me, they would have by now. They want a reaction, so I know not to give them one. Keep your head down. Don't make eye contact. Do what they say. I know how to tune out, go outside my body. I know the trick of focusing on a meaningless detail. All I see is the drab green bag in someone else's hands. I allow it to fill my vision, my mind. I make it the centerpiece of my world. The yelling started the moment the bus full of recruits came to a stop at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Everyone in our group shot to their feet, shuffling down the aisle, bodies colliding with one another, held vertical by the mass of people pressing up against them. We had no idea why we were in trouble, what we had done to earn this verbal beating, but we all had the same instinct. We'd do anything to make it stop. We fly into formation, standing shoulder to shoulder, staring straight ahead, unblinking, not daring to move even when drops of sweat slide from the base of our necks all the way down our backs and into the cracks of our asses. We clench tighter and try not to shiver. Don't move. Don't be the one who stands out. Don't become the failing one out of many. The yells turn into words. Grab your duffel bag, lift it above your head as high as you can. I know what's happening. I read about it online after signing my paperwork. This is how they shock your system. We'll be here for at least an hour, maybe two, straining our arms, dropping our gear, doing push-ups, jumping to our feet, hoisting the 50-pound bags into the air. We'll grunt and gasp and sweat and cry. They scream and we push. We force ourselves past the pain, nausea, and fear. We ignore the little voice saying, "Stop, this is crazy." This is easy for me. It's a switch I can turn on and off. That little voice silenced, my gut ignored. Soon I will no longer exist. There will only be the group. There will only be Army. Most of these recruits have never left home. Sorry, my dog's a Republican. He doesn't like me calling the Army a cult. 17 is the average age of this summer's class. They could have been camp counselors instead of soldiers. They will finish basic training and then head back for their senior year of high school before reporting back full-time. They are scared, but I am not. They are kids missing their mommies, yearning to go home. But I don't have a home, and my mother could never protect me from anything. I spent my life playing at battle drills, getting ready for what to do when the Antichrist's soldiers showed up. I can't count the hours I spent as a child standing in lines, eating mass-produced food that tasted like cardboard, never quite getting enough to feel full. I was always next to a handler, sleeping and waking, always watched, always commanded. My mind couldn't wander, not even an inch. I know how to follow orders, how to not ask questions. I was born a soldier. I stand staring at the big blue sky, straining under the weight of my equipment, trying to block out the drill sergeant's shouts. I'm suddenly 9 years old again, standing on the Brazilian shore, eyes glued to the horizon, imagining I can see the shores of Angola across the Atlantic. As the waves wash the sand from my toes, I wonder what would happen if I started swimming. If I swam until I couldn't anymore. But there's a big white van parked a few yards up the shore. waiting to return us to the gray walls of the commune, the whitewash of the children's dorms, the home of my loneliness, hunger, and fear. Higher, a voice yells. Get your bag in the air. The blue sky is a promise and a lie, with no real portent of freedom for me, not since I signed on that dotted line. I let out a gasp, almost releasing my grip on the duffel, and, with it, my tenuous hold in the group, as a sharp thought pierces my consciousness. Did I just join another cult? Uncultured has a 4.9 rating on Audible. Yes, I recorded it myself. Hardest thing I've ever done in 5 days. And you can also listen to it for free on Spotify Premium if you're a subscriber.